Some really heavy stuff going on in the world in Nova Scotia, most especially. I know not everyone in this membership is from Nova Scotia, but I wanted to address this, and I wanted to invite you to use the imagery that I've been using, and that's really been instrumental for me in this time of crisis. And it's like, I was thinking today, I was like, can the world get weirder or like more bizarre right now? Not just bizarre, but like devastating and just, we have that expression, like there's no words, right, to describe our heartbreak of senseless violence and, whatever else. And I was given this image by my coach. Her name is Elle Luna. And I've had, I guess, in my life, in my like personal development, people that I've been working closely with. And I think it's really important as we're all in the circle and me kind of, and I don't think there's a leader in Chic West. I think we're all like feedback looped to each other, but I am the one producing the material. I am the one feeling out what's happening in our group. I am the one kind of, creating this spark for all of us. And so I work with coach. I go to therapy. I do my work like every day. If I didn't, that would make me an hypocrite, and that wouldn't make sense to do. Why would I want to do that? And I think it's been one of my, like, I've never been able to do that. Like everything that I teach, it's stuff that I've done, I've tested and I've tried and I know to be true to help. So anyways, I've worked with like two mentors really closely in my life. One of them was Whitney Freya, which you have met in the podcast, that I've actually posted this month. Whitney Freya has been like so instrumental in my understanding and my studies of sacred symbol, which we are doing this quarter in Chic West. We are blowing up your word into a symbol. I've talked to so many of you already in the Clarity Call, which is free. I want to be completely transparent here. I charge one-on-one session $250 an hour, and you're getting 15 minutes for free. So if you haven't reached out to me already, why haven't you? And if you notice that resistance, please like reach out to Davita or Heather. Maybe you want to talk out like, why is it you don't want to have a call with me, and see what's going on with that. So I work with Whitney Freya, and I used to have calls with her like every month. In my 100-day projects, I usually connect closely with Elle Luna, whom you have met if you read the book Crossroads of Shoulds and Musts. That was in our book club list, maybe last month or the month before. So anyways, so lately I've been working with her every day. And she's brought this image from her teacher, Michael Meade, who is like a spiritual leader and kind of philanthropist and kind of soul activist and all that stuff. And he's brought this image to her, and she brought it to us, the group that she's coaching. And it's been really, really amazing what's it done to me and to my creativity, to my rituals that I do every day. No matter what's happening in the world, no matter the senseless stuff that's happening, I know that I have my rituals. And so she told us as a group, and she said, think of your life before a crisis, like this woman who's like, has this beautiful gown, and it's just so exquisite and just so perfect. And then when the crisis happened, it's kind of like, when you have a shirt and you have this like little thread that's pulling, and then you pull on the thread, and and then the cloth could be like just going, and it's like the dress dissolves, and as the crisis goes on, or as the day, and it's like there's no more dress, but there's a thread. I just have this right now, but there's a thread, and you're holding on to the thread. And the thread is your soul ritual. It's your creativity practice. It's your meditation. It's your yoga practice. It's your journaling. It's whatever you're using to connect with deep in your soul, that time you used to create where you connect deep within your truth. It's like, so the dress is completely dissolved. Nothing makes sense anymore, but you have the thread. You have the thread. And I want to read a poem about this from a poet that really linked this idea of this dress. The crisis hits, and it's like the thread. And I've actually found an image from my she studies. A couple years ago, I did 100 days of She Paints Rumi, and this was one of it. And I thought it was like the dress dissolving, and I had never seen this image like that. And when I saw this image, I was like, this is it. This is like the dress dissolving, and here there's like butterfly and like fishies and like the thread that goes on. So I wanted to offer you this image. I want to end this PPP by a little closing, to remember your mantra. There's one I'm going to use this week is, please let me be brave. Please let me see my choices clearly. And it's this idea to hold on to everything that you've created so far, hold on to this valuable gift that you give yourself every time that you do your Chikwes. Now is the time for you to share your gifts, your inner gifts, your voice, your art. We will be healed by your story. We will be healed by the things that you make. I'm just going to pull up the poem here. This PPP is going to be really raw and rough, only because I don't know when I'm going to have the time to do it properly. But here's the poem, and I shared it with my live yoga group. We'll be recommencing again the live May yoga classes in May, and I teach in them Monday, Wednesday, Friday live at 9 a.m. And Wednesday night I do 6:30 Radiance Yoga and 7:45 Prenatal Yoga. Those are all live on Facebook. So if you want to join us, I know you already have the yoga channel as the Chikwes membership, but it's kind of the whole point of the lives is to connect together, in all our households, put together, So I'd love for you to uncross your legs, uncross everything, and just to hear this poem and think of that dress. Think of this idea of just everything's dissolving right now. And it's by William Stafford. And it goes like this. The way it is. There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it is hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread. You don't ever let go of the thread. Take a deep breath in and a long sigh out. Thank you so much for for your presence. I'm just so glad to have this group, you guys, to have you guys, knowing we're all on the same page. Another side note, it's taken a lot of courage for me I did this, I don't have makeup right now. I'm just completely, I feel like I'm a mess today. I think Chikwes is all about that. It's like showing up even when you feel bleh, you feel less than, and showing up anyways. I love you so much. Bye. Take care. Take care.